guys, I'm going to be reacting to 2001 Space Odyssey. It's another one of Stanley Kubrick's movies. But I think I'm going to enjoy this one better than the other two I've seen of his. Probably because it's a sci-fi movie, and I saw the first 10 minutes of it. And I feel like this is going to be a lot calmer and a lot slower paced, which right now I just want a movie that's slower and I can relax. So I think this is going to be a great movie for it. So don't really know much about it. I know there's the beginning they look at like the start of man, and then it involves going up into space and having there's a computer called HAL, and that's about it. So very epic music already. I do realize that I do recognize this theme. I don't recall who the composer for this movie is, so I wonder if this is a set or if this is an actual, place. So, are those people in masks, and then they actually have an actual baby chimpanzee for the baby? I love the level of acting to just, a large fucking rock. This theme's supposed to herald like a discovery. They learn how to make tools. All I can think about when I hear this music are like, the classic Looney Tune cartoons. The level of acting in this show to make it look like that's, they're in like weightlessness.
Yeah, about 8 months. Suppose you saw the work on the section. Hey, well, great.
Hey,
Where's Mommy?
I see fashion hasn't really improved in the future, or hairdos. It's only 170 call from the moon to Earth, or from the space station to Earth. She's gotten cheaper. Those all just liquids. I don't remember when this movie was made, but you're wondering if this is really what they thought. Because I also know that it's also based on the book, which I'm probably assuming came earlier than this movie. So, you're wondering if that time that the book was written, they really thought this is what it would look like in 2001. This music just makes it feel like one of the aliens are gonna come out and kill you. The aliens from Aliens. I guess even Xenomorphs, that's what they're called. This is what they found. So the music is paralleling back to when they discovered how to use tools. They're now discovering something else, which is why this music is playing. So we see an object that was on Earth. I'm assuming that was Earth. So was alien life, advanced intelligence responsible for the I guess dawn of man. Be interesting to see how they filmed all these scenes, because I don't think it's, they had any really advanced technology, I guess, to help them do this like they do now, when they help train astronaut to prepare them for space. They have these special machines that allow them to, say, experience weightlessness and stuff like that. So it'd be fun to see how exactly they filmed this movie. This reminds me very much of Alien. It's interesting to see how they're walking around. Are they still wearing like grappers on their boots or whatever? Because it seems that he's going from like the ceiling all the way to the floor without any struggle. Whereas like the when we first were at the space station, when they were like experiencing weightlessness, he was having to very very careful when walking. At this, they seem to just walk wherever.
For departure. Why was this done? Well, this was done in order to achieve the maximum conservation of our life support capability, basically food and air.
I can't help but think of Pandorum when they talk about, hibernation in pods. The worst thing that could possibly go wrong.
Dr. Poole, what's it like living for the
It's taken them a long time just to eat that food. I think it'd take, less time.
Do you believe that Hal has genuine emotions?
This is an interesting kind of a different way of, I guess, exposition. Instead of just having them talk about it or just talk to someone else about it, they're actually watching themselves talking to, in an interview about it. So that's how we find out about everything that's going on. I think that's kind of a cool way of doing, explaining what's going on.
Good evening, Dave.
How you doing, Hal?
You gotta wonder if they just put them in a hamster wheel and told them to walk. It is interesting that the only sound that you really hear is just the guy breathing. I'm assuming it's to try to kind of immerse us into the movie and make us feel like we're also, in space in the suit. He knows you don't think he knows you're gonna go try to talk to each other behind his back. Yeah, I was wondering if you could actually still see them. Because you can see it from out there, so it's not far-fetched to think that you can see them as well. Ooh, get an actual intermission. From the first time in a movie I've ever had an intermission. I'm sorry, but that visual, it's just like you're just shooting across the screen. I do like that. It's pretty much just like the vacuum of space. There's no sound whatsoever. And then, when he was, still alive, you can hear nothing but breathing the entire time. Why does this guy always seem like he has a serial killer vibe? Just the way he seems to glare. So he's killing all the scientists that he's suspicious of. They're the ones that went into special training before being put into hibernation, so now he's killing them because he doesn't trust them.
And I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
Wondering who voices Hal. Be interesting to know. Reminds me so much of Sheldon. Sheldon from Big Bang Theory.
Look, Dave.
Why can't you just stop, Dave?
Upset about this.
Can't you control the doors and stuff and prevent him from going places?
Will you stop, Dave?
wonder if Hal knows what it's like to die or understands the concept. That is a cool shot. God, this is really throwing me off. I don't know what kind, if it's like an infrared or something like that, but it's just messing with my eyes. So he looks older. Did he travel through time or spend a lot of time getting to where he is? Don't turn around and look at him. Don't turn around and look at him. Don't. God. Reminded me so much of that cabin in the woods with the little girl with the fucking teeth for her face. Well, that was 2001 Space Odyssey. So this was made in 1968. At the premiere screening, 241 people walked out of the theater, including Rock Hudson, who said, "Will someone tell me what the hell this is about?" Arthur C. Clarke once said, "If you understand 2001 completely, we failed." He wanted to raise far more questions than we answered. Clarke later expressed some concern that the film was too hard to follow and explain things more fully in the novelization and subsequent sequels. According to Katrina Kubrick, Stanley Kubrick provided the breathing heard in the spaceships. Yeah, you could tell right away that it was the most breathing because they certainly weren't exerting that much. According to Arthur C. Clarke, Stanley Kubrick wanted to get an insurance policy from Lloyd's of London to protect himself against losses in the event that extraterrestrial intelligence was discovered before the movie was released. Lloyd's refused. Carl Sagan commented, "In the mid-1960s, there was no search being performed for extraterrestrial intelligence, and the chances of accidentally stumbling on extraterrestrial intelligence in a few years period was extremely small. Lloyd's of London missed a good bet." Oh, Carl Sagan. The movie was a financial success at first. MGM was planning to pull it back from theaters, but several theaters owners persuaded them to keep showing the film. Many owners noticed increasing numbers of young adults attending the film. They were especially enthusiastic about watching the Stargate sequence under the influence of psychedelic drugs. This helped the film become a financial success. That's what I need to get drunk and rewatch that sequence. Wonder if that is kind of the cause or the inspiration for the Stargate show, when they go through the Stargate and all the, the flashing and then the wormhole and stuff like that. That'd be cool. One of Stanley Kubrick's additions to the screenplay, which Arthur C. Clarke did not like, was Hal's ability to read the astronauts' lips when they were inside the pod. Years later, he admitted that Kubrick had been right all along, after learning that at that time computers were being developed with the ability to read lips. In an interview with Joseph Gilmis in 1969, Kubrick stated that Hal had an acute emotional crisis because he could not accept evidence of his own fallibility. To create convincing images of nubular movement and starburst, the crew photographed drops of dye moving on a glass plate. So this was made in 1968, right? So this was before they had a lot of images of the sky and really good images of the solar system, stuff like that. So they must have had to improvise, I guess. Astronomer Carl Sagan wrote in his book The Cosmic Connection that Arthur C. Clarke and Stanley Kubrick asked his opinion on how to best depict extraterrestrial intelligence. Sagan, while acknowledging Kubrick's desire to use actors to portray humanoid aliens for convenience sake, argued that alien life forms are unlikely to bear any resemblance to terrestrial life, and that to do so would introduce at least an element of falseness to the film. Sagan proposed that the film suggest rather than depict extraterrestrial superintelligence. He attended the premiere, was pleased to see that I had been of some help. Kubrick hinted at the nature of the mysterious unseen alien race in 2001 by suggesting in a 1968 interview that given millions of years of evolution, they progressed from biological beings to immortal machine entities, and then into beings of pure energy and spirit, beings with limitless capabilities and ungraspable intelligence. I do love Carl Sagan. Have to read all of his books eventually. For his role as C-3PO in the Star Wars movies, this was the only science fiction movie seen by Anthony Daniels. After 10 minutes, he left the theater, demanded his money back. Vivian Kubrick, the daughter of Stanley Kubrick, plays Dr. Floyd's daughter. Interesting. So that's just, looking at some trivia for 2001 Space Odyssey. It's definitely interesting. It definitely does kind of answer a lot of questions I have while watching the film. Of the three, I've seen Clockwork Orange, Full Metal Jacket, now 2001 Space Odyssey. Of the series movies of Kubrick's, I still think I like 2001 Space Odyssey a lot more. I tend to like sci-fi more, so I like this one more. It's not my favorite, but probably take a few more viewings because it obviously has some deeper meaning that I probably didn't catch the first time through. I know it's based on I don't know if it's based on a book or if the author and Kubrick created it, and then the book that they created is based on the movie. I do know it has a sequel, and it obviously the book has sequels as well, so I might check out the sequel. Maybe it will answer more about what happened in this one. So, I enjoyed the music, of course, and I don't know. I don't know if I have anything else to say about 2001: A Space Odyssey. I think next I'll probably do another Kubrick movie sometime soon. Maybe Doctor Strangelove. I'm not sure if that's a comedy or not, but I think I'll check that out. I'm also wanting to do a reaction to Fantastic Planet. I think I've got like halfway through it, and it's a fascinating, really weird movie. And so I don't mind, rewatching the first half again, because I find it fascinating. And so I'll probably do that eventually. I've also been wanting to do a lot more, like, some of the sci-fi movies I watched growing up. There's like The Core. That was one I haven't seen in years. So I'll probably watch it eventually. There's Vertical Limits. Although I don't know if that's sci-fi. I think it's like a disaster movie, or I think I should say I want to watch more disaster movies because they all tend to be disaster movies. There's like Dante's Peak. Also, I want to watch Twister is one of my favorites. What I've noticed is that like movies from like the 90s, the disaster / sci-fi movies are far superior than some of the ones we're getting now. Because we get like Sharknado and all those movies, and it just seems like they're not even trying anymore. They're just, throwing out low budget movies because they don't want to spend any money on them. And so I kind of miss the earlier disaster movies where it might not be the best, but it actually feels like they actually try. So I think I'm going to go revisit some of the earlier disaster movies because those are close to my heart. So, but yeah, that was my reaction to 2001: A Space Odyssey. If you liked the video, give it a like. Subscribe, get notifications for any videos I'll be doing. If you have any suggestions on any videos you want me to react to, then just leave them down in the comments and I'll get to them eventually. And yeah, you guys have a nice night and I'll talk to you later. Bye.